share with you a recipe for chipotle meatballs. Amazing. No other words, just amazing. These are so good, so delicious, and it's the weekend. Tomorrow's football, so I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna have my snack game on. So I'm gonna go over what we will be using, and I'm making these a day ahead. These are one of the foods that you can make a day ahead, and they're amazing. The day that you make them, the next day they're off the charts. And here I've got some ground pork and some ground chuck. I like to use ground chuck. I know you've heard me say this. That's all I like to use. I don't like the ground round. Yeah, so I love the ground chuck because it just has so much more flavor. It has a little bit, it renders a little bit more grease, but that's okay. We can drain that off. And I've got some eggs here, and I've got some toasted breadcrumbs and some chipotle peppers and the adobe sauce. And here I've got some oregano and a little bit of garlic powder. I've got some finely minced garlic and some really finely chopped up onions because I don't really want to have a big onion bite in that. I've got some extra virgin olive oil and some, these are just canned tomatoes. These are the fire ones, the ones with the garlic and stuff in there. They're so good. It goes great with this recipe. Some pepper and a little bit of chicken stock and some salt. That's all you will need. And you're gonna need a baking dish or a baking tray lined with foil. So what we're gonna do, I've got my oven preheating to 400, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our eggs to this. And hey, listen. All right, before we go any further, try to knock everything down. I'm trying to figure out how I want to get the recipe, the handwritten recipe to you. I have a blog on inthekitchenwithsandy.blogspot.com, but I am a very, very busy woman. When I'm not cooking, I'm saving lives. Yay! So what we're going to do is, I'm thinking, and I want your opinion on this, and you can leave your comment below. Let me know how you want to get the written recipe. I'm thinking about just putting it on, you know, this after the video's over, just the exact measurements. I mean, you've already watched the video, so you know how to put it together. You just need the measurements. Or do you want me to keep the blogspot.com? I mean, give me some pointers here. I want to get these recipes to you to where you can, you know, have the actual measurements. I want to do it in the easiest fashion possible. Leave me a comment and let me know below. I'm so sorry. Let's continue on. Got the eggs in here. Then you're going to add your breadcrumbs. I might have poured too much breadcrumbs in here, so we're going to check this out. I'm just going to do a little bit of garlic in here because we're going to do the rest of it fried up in a pan, and the same as the onions. I want just a little bit in here. Now, what I did is I put these in my little baby processor, little mixer, food processor, what have you. Little tiny one, a little bit more. And I made them really super little to where they've almost rendered a, I guess you'd call it onion juice. And we're going to put just a little bit of this right inside here. Not a whole lot, because the rest of it's going to go in our sauce. Now you can use as many as you want of those, depending on what you know, the amount of heat that you like. I'm going to stir this around a little bit. I'll just stick to my fingers. And then I'm going to add it right in here, because what we don't add in here, we're going to add, and I think all my garlic powder went to the bottom. We're going to add to the sauce as well. You're going to flavor both the sauce and your meatballs. Some fresh ground pepper. Well, this is salt. This is salt. Now some fresh ground pepper. Now some fresh ground salt. It's Saturday. You know what happens on Saturday. And then we're going to mix these. And the oven is ready before I am. We're going to give these a mix. The best way to do it is with your hands. So make sure your hands are nice and clean. And then you don't want to mix it too much because it makes your meat, you know, fairly tough. You don't want to over mix it, but just make sure you mix it around there really well. And then I might have to use those little bit of extra breadcrumbs in there. We'll see. But you want it to be able to pat to a nice consistency to where they will stay together. Oh, it smells delicious already. Okay, see, look at the consistency of that. See, it would be like if you were making a meatloaf. See how it's a nice formed You know, it's compact ball, so the consistency is perfect. Now I'm going to roll these up. You can roll them as big or as little as you want to roll them, depending on how much time you want to spend rolling them. If you really don't want to take a whole lot of time rolling, then you want to roll them a little bit bigger, so don't make as, you know, as many. But I like mine to have a few good bites to it, so this is about the size I'm rolling mine. And that's all you do. Put some right in your hand, and then just do a couple rolls. And that's it. And look at that. That's the perfect consistency. Just form it right into a little ball. Look at that. Perfect. Completely done. Rolled to perfection. What we're going to do, we're going to place them in the oven on 400 for about 15 to 18 minutes until they're almost cooked all the way through. But we're going to go ahead and start on our sauce while our meatballs are cooking. So let's go over the stove. We're going to pop these in and we're going to get started on the rest. We're going to add just a little bit of olive oil to our pan. It's already heating there. We're going to throw in our onions. Smells good, smells good. Throw them around there. Just throw them around. Mix them around. And then we're going to go ahead and add our garlic. Give it a nice stir. Oh, smells delicious already. Some more salt and pepper. Not a whole lot of salt because the hell my pepper is. Because you're going to have quite a bit of salt in the tomatoes, so you're not going to, you know, want a whole lot of salt. Now some pepper. And we're just going to mix this around. We're not looking to really cook this too much. We're just infusing our oil. Just for about a minute and a half. And then we're going to go ahead and add our tomatoes. These are loaded with garlic and all kinds of goodies. Don't want to splash them. Just give it a stir around. Now this is going to cook the entire time that your meatballs are in the oven. And we're going to add our meatballs right to it. It's going to be amazing, amazing. Now again, depending on how much heat you like, I've got the peppers that I took them out and I minced them. They come whole in the can in the adobe sauce, and I just kind of mince them up real well. And depending on the amount of heat that you desire. Ooh, that smells so good. Add that right in there. And then you're going to sprinkle a little bit of your oregano and you're going to get some of that garlic powder that's floated to the bottom. Right in there. Just put it right in there. Add your chicken stock. Ooh, that's going to be nice and saucy. Saucy. And give it a stir. We're going to bring this up to a boil and we're going to let it simmer. Then when our meatballs are nice and brown, we're going to put them in there and let them finish cooking in there, and then that's it. Okay, my meatballs cooked in the oven at 400 I cooked them for 20 minutes because of the size of them. These are some pretty good sized meatballs. So now I'm just adding them to my mixture there, my sauce, and we're going to cook them in the sauce for probably about another 10 until they are completely done. Okay, my meatballs were in the oven for about 20 minutes, and then I put them into my sauce, and I cooked them for an additional maybe 10 minutes. I spoon this sauce continuously over top of them just to make sure each and every one of them gets their nice saucy bath. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some little bit of coloring to them. This is just mainly for presentation, just because it makes them absolutely beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, I've already been into them. I've already had one. So I had to wash my plate off and pretend that I'm having one for the first time. These are really good. Like I said, they'd be excellent over noodles, rice, pasta. They're hot. Not too spicy hot, just hot from cooking. But they have a little kick to them. They are super good. Absolutely delicious. And I really hope you enjoy this recipe. I appreciate you watching. I just appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. And be sure to subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.